starting. It says starting. And we are live. Alright guys, sorry it's late. I had to pick up a parcel on the way home from work, and there was a massive queue out of the post office door. And there was one lady, and she was doing her best, you know. She was doing her best, but she's only one woman when there are like 10 people in the queue. So yeah, that's a bit why I'm late. And I also had some training at work, but I'm here now. Whee! So I've got a cup of tea. Hope you guys have got a drink or some food or whatever, homework. I don't know. Whatever you guys do when I'm talking rubbish. I haven't listened to the track, obviously, since last time, because I've only just got in, and I like to listen to it with you guys to sort of reflect back where we are, so that the ideas are sort of flowing right now rather than flowing midweek, and then I'm like wanting to do bits on it, because I want to do this with you guys. This track is made not just by me, but it's made by your company, and it's great. So good to see Sergeant Bilko, Becky no Sekatsu in the chat. Anyone else who is watching live, please comment. If you're not watching live, please comment. It'd be great to hear from you. Right, let's have a listen through, see what we got. Hang on, how long is it? I'm curious. We are just short of 3 minutes, which is a nice length actually. Let's see what we got. That sounded really good. Upon a fresh listen, particularly that kick when it comes in right here. It's nice and snappy. I don't think I could do what to improve the kick. It's got a bit of a compressor on it, that's why it's sounding so good. Hope you guys can hear me all right. I'm guessing you can. You've been responding in the comments. That's pretty cool. Because the thing is, actually, there might be a little bit of noise right now, but I'm dying to show you this. I've got one of these. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, one of these, and it's a stereo mic. You can turn it around and stuff, and it's the same as what Hiko Simon has. Recommended by Hiko Simon, actually. And I ordered it. I've been dying to get one for ages because it's quite nice. You can plug. It's just a little. It's like a headphone jack. You can plug it into your phone, record from your phone on the go or whatever. You know, when I went to Japan and we met Hiko Simon, went up Tokyo Tower. He had his phone and one of these, and we used that just for a little bit of a chat, sort of to document the occasion, and it was really cool. And he said, you know, get one of these because they're all right, and it wasn't even. I can't remember how much it was, but I've been looking at the prices, but I actually got this for Christmas, which was really nice from my mother-in-law. So I'm quite chuffed with this purchase. I recommend one. I did have the box somewhere so that I could tell you guys what exactly coding it was and all that sort of stuff. But I'm rubbish with numbers and like the XS 5052. I don't do numbers like that. To me, it's just a really nice mic. I do microphones, but I don't really do names very well. Kind of a little bit of a letdown to the tech, to the sound engineering community, because everyone spiels off these microphone names like AKG 451s and stuff like that, C1000s. To me, it's just a mic. I mean, it's not just a mic, but you know, unless it sounds like I want it to sound, it doesn't matter. Names are nothing. It's what we do. It's what they do. Alright, so I had this idea as soon as we got to this section. So we had this drop out, and this sounds great. As soon as the guitars come in, I had this idea for a synth line. Now, I don't know the name of the synth. Awesome strings. Some strings would be great there actually as well. Let's drop in some nice strings. My wife makes the best cup of tea. Now, why is this not working? What's going on? I did press that, didn't I? Oh no, I didn't. Right, there we go. Oh, don't cover up the chat. What are you doing? Exactly. That's exactly it, Sergeant Bilcorn. Unless you're in a studio, you know, proper kitted out. That was a bang. A proper kitted out, you know, soundproofed studio with top of the range desk, processors, a booth, all that sort of stuff. You know, padding on the walls. There's no point having an expensive one because it's so good. It'll pick up the bus pulling up 2 freaking roads over. You know, I've been in that situation where I've been in a studio and it's not been quite soundproofed properly. We've got this mic out. It was actually the C1000 that we were talking about earlier, the Bayer C1000. Really nice mics, the Bayers. And we used it for vocals because it's just gorgeous vocal mic. And excuse me, I've got a bit of a finger on my throat. And we listened back to the recording, and we actually heard the bus pulling up. You know, listening back to the recording. You know, it was in a space when there was no vocal, but there's no need for. It's like driving a tank to work. Short of being pretty cool, that's all it is. You know, you'd probably get there quicker in a car. Well, actually, we won't debate that because, yeah, probably not. Hang on a moment. Alright. So, I said strings because I heard this string thing going in the back of my head. But it needs natural strings and electric strings as well. So, we'll go with... I'm bringing this out. Why don't I try the session strings again? Because we've got some nice stuff in the session strings. Just load that one up, see what it sounds like. It wants to be a... sort of up here. So let's just try that bit. Right. Why are you not doing what I want? There we go. That's a good idea. That sounds nice, and I can always jig it around later on. You have no idea how my fingers are stretching right now. Let's do it this way with this finger instead. As usual, my playing ability is awful. I can play what I need to play, but I really excel at doing just punching these notes in like this. As you guys know, there's no I've got really clunky hands. I'm a guitar player, so you know I can strum as quietly as you want me to. When it comes to pressing some notes, nah, it's just going to be plonky plinky plonk all the time because I just can't do it. I just can't play. I just can't play. What is that note there? Didn't even touch that. All right. You're a little bit early to be playing that note. Needs to start about there. That looks about right. Let's try that again. Try it a bit lower though, velocity wise. Get rid of this. I just wanted that one to go up. But it sounds nice where it's going, so we'll leave it. Bit early. If it's early, it doesn't sound right. down there, and maybe a bit down there. But that's not the right note. There we go. Try that. Was that one early as well? No, that's just right there. Alright, that's sounding really nice. I don't know what you guys think of the addition of the strings, but I'm liking that. Let's just label that so that I don't forget. Makes it easier later on. What have we got on here? Guitar. Nylon guitar. I apologise now for every single time I clear my throat, because I realise the mic is right under there, and you're going to get the full flavour, and I'm really sorry. Right, the other thing I was thinking was a synth, sort of appreciated synth sound. So, let's go with the absinthe, because it never fails. It just never fails. I'm going to make it pink. Absinthe. Appreciated. Just try some. Not really what I'm after. I like the idea of that. One, two, three, four. Right, no, I'm not. It sounded good initially, but that's just it's too wishy-washy. No. No, it's in the wrong key. Is that too in your face? Could I fix that up with a bit of a... I think I could fix that up with a bit of reverb. Let's just drop this on there. No, it don't really work. Oh, hang on, I did that wrong anyway. Duh. again, that's not the sound that's sort of seen from After, I don't think. You want that sound? You got that sound. The green matrix. Let me save that somewhere. I'll see what I can do with that then. Yeah, it's too dry. It's even with the reverb, and I don't want to tweak that reverb because it's quite nice. It's too dry. It's not soft enough. So I guess harsh is actually, yeah, that's the word. Yeah, Sergeant Bilko, you just I tell you what, plug a mic in. You say what I'm trying to say, because you say it quicker than me. I just can't get it sometimes. Let's add that to favourites. I'll make a note of that, Becky. Get that one going. Indeed, yeah. Let's keep going. Just turn the reverb off again, because we might not want it. Ah, that'd be nice if it was in the right key. That lift is too high. Oh. I'm after a lead synth that's something like sort of almost a dance type thing. Sequence. That'll be what we're after, won't it? Nope. Ah, that's rubbish. Nope. No. No. Arg. Maybe it's not a lead we're after. I can't believe that's still going. Why is that still playing? It's a proper old school synth sound. I might have to get the machine out. Not machine, massive. Yeah. No hands. That sound is still going. Right, I'm not finding what I want in Absinthe. Let's go for massive. I always find what I want in massive. We'll bring the browser, it's easier to navigate. Classic poly lead, please. With something like that. That one. No. That's kind of what I'm after, but it's still too. I don't know. It's still not what I'm after. You know, I'm a hard customer to please. I really am. Just pick a sound and go with it, man. Yeah, there's some pretty nice sounds in here. that's not what I'm after. That's not what I'm after. That's just going back to the intro sort of stuff, which I'm going to tie that in after. Who's here? It's the Tyrant. Howdy. You've not missed much. Not crazy. It's just me. Why can't I find what I'm looking for? That's so cool. I like that. Let's add that to some favorites. That's pretty cool. Nope. That's gorgeous. Right, it's kind of gorgeous until you start trying to actually do something with it. Let's go with an organ and see what weird sounds we can get. That's nice as well. Like that. See if we can make that work. Right, I'm going to press record just in case. You never know. Sergeant Bilko, something might good come out of this. Cool. Alright, that reverb does not work for that. It's going to be a standalone reverb for that, I think. Give me reverb, give me lots of reverb right now. What shall we go for? Tomb chamber sounds fun. Let's try a tomb chamber. I still only think I need to change the sound, but I'm liking the idea of where that's going. I've not ever used the vocal. Right, I'm gonna have to ask that one question now. Do I just delete that, or do we keep it in? I know the show started late. I don't know what time it started actually. It started at 1:30, didn't it? So we've had about 40 minutes. We're gonna go for another 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna get some food because I am starving. Let's have a quick listen through to the whole thing. Plus, it'll help. Well, it won't help anybody, but Tyrant can have a listen. Where did my strings go? The strings die right there. So what I need to do is, oh, hang on, Control Z, super glue that. The only difference is that wants to be that and that. Hang on. Now my brain's screaming at me that this ain't going to work. But I'm going to do it anyway. And it's as my brain said, it doesn't work. So what if then we just grab that and just extend them all the way to the end. I just want a constant note all the way over. So let's just have a quick listen there. Zooming that. Apologies for not saying much, but my brain is working a little bit overtime in the fact that I'm having some ideas going on. Hang on, just don't be an idiot. Wait, what was that? And why was there still a sound at the end? Ah, right. There is stray MIDI. Ah, yeah, like a brum. Could do. Could do. Yeah, we'll work on that ending a bit more in a minute. Put that back. I had an idea for this section, just to, because everything's pretty central right now. I like to add a bit of panning in there to mix it up, but it's rather than just panning something. I had this idea of adding a delay to, we'll use a ping pong. It's going to be like that. This is probably going to be really awful when it first starts. That's actually what I wanted. What if I just extend that? Damn, forgot about that. Oh, it needs to be like that anyway. Actually, just let's just get in there and extend that like that. What I'm going to do is add a fade out, hopefully. Hopefully, add a fade out. Hang on. Get rid of that information. It wants to be fading out from there. Is that right? I think that was right. Excuse me. Maybe if we start fading it from about there, give me the line. I like that. Now it makes me want to just do a full fade out, which feels like cheating. Feels like cheating, but it would sound nice on this particular track. What do I do, guys? Do I fade the whole thing out right, sort of at the end, like those strings fade, or do I try and make it loop back? I mean, we're already at 3.5 minutes, lengthwise. Well, just under. It's, I don't know. I think if it fades out, it could always start again. It could always loop around anyway, because of the way the intro starts. In fact, let's just quickly test that. Hang on. Get rid of that note right there. Just test looping that. Oops, my bad. Not really the best place to test it from, that was it? Give me this tool. We'll put a short fade out there. This might not work. I might end up not doing a fade out after all. could work. The only reason that it doesn't work is because it's looping back around and it's got the effects carrying on. I mean, what am I doing? Why don't I just... The best way to test it would be to do a quick export of it. We'll call it... Right guys, it's naming time. It's like a really nice fun track that sort of glides. Yeah, I've got nothing. Shinkansen. Imagine you're one of those little, like a little kid who loves trains, right? You've never been on the Shinkansen. Onwards, that's also great. I was thinking you've never been on a train before. You're like, let's say you're a 10-year-old. You've never been on the Shinkansen, and you get the window seat. Well, let's say it's the Tokyo Kyoto route or something. You get the window seat with Mount Fuji on the side, and it starts. It's just that steady music, and after the amazement sort of dies off, you start to enjoy it. I don't know. Onwards sounds good. I like Shinkansen, but I like Onwards. I like using your guys' suggestions as well, because they're always good. They're always good. Any more? I don't think so. Right, for now, we're going with Onwards. Drop that in there. The best way to test if this will loop around is this way. Wait for it. Indeed. I still remember that Sergeant Bilko named Spatialicious, which is a great track actually. Well, there we go. Sorry about that. Close. Right. So let's test this then. Let's test this. So because I've done that this is actually the main output channel, which is it's partly why when it goes back to the start, everything sort of pops in again. But also, if I leave that down, not only will the stereo be fading out, the actual main stereo be fading out, but oops, sorry, that was my speaker. Tiny speakers, don't worry. Not only will that be falling out, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see what I'm doing. Not only will this stereo be fading down, but the actual track is already got a fade out on it, so that'll be fading out the fade out on that. God blimey. It's always fun. It's always fun listening to me ramble on. So I just need to get rid of that. Whoa. Oof. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know. You probably heard that as well. I'm really sorry if I just deafened anybody. Brace yourselves. I'm going to unmute the stereo. I've broken my stereo out. I might have to quickly restart Cubase. We'll just stop that. I'm just going to do a quick test without you guys getting the audio. I should be able to fix the problem. I don't know why that did that actually. It's working normally now. If I just solo that. Alright, we're good, we're back. That was rather stupid of me. So we're wanting to test the ending, right? Yes. Smooth transition. And that's what I was after. Really sorry again, guys, that I deafened everybody there. Not 100% certain what I did, but it was probably something to do with having this output playing at the same time as all this stuff. Various different acoustic things happening. Blah blah blah. Sciencey, wincy stuff. That's sounding great, guys. I'm pleased with that. I don't know about you, but I think this track is done. And I've gone. I said it'd be 10 minutes, and I think we're like 15 minutes since I said that. So we're doing well. I'm gonna mix this down. I'm gonna do another mix down where it's sort of a bit polished, and upload that to SoundCloud as soon as I can. So that's the end of the show, guys. Thank you very much for coming along and finishing this track with me. It's been a pleasure, as always. Once again, Sergeant Bilko has the title Onwards, which I think is what we'll call it. What else do I want to say? I had something else I wanted to say. I'm glad you like it, Dean. Thank you very much. It's always nice to hear feedback from other musicians. One thing I find, well, for me personally, as someone who's a musician, I lack a lot of confidence in my abilities, and it's taken me a long time to get to the point where I can do something like this live stream and not be worried too much about criticism and feedback from other musicians or other composers like Tyrant or Joshua Matthews, who is just phenomenal. There's a lot of pressure if you're worried about the feedback, you're worried about what others think. Oh, why is he doing that? He's an idiot, sort of thing. There's a lot of pressure. Whereas once you can get past that, you can just do this, just enjoy it, and it's great. And that's what I do, guys. That's why I do this stream. Part of the reason why I started doing the stream was because I was never finding enough time / motivation to sit down regularly and compose. And so now that I've got this show going, this stream going, I can it's motivation. I love chatting with you guys. I love composing, and that little extra sort of people are waiting for this show. That really sort of gets me motivated to come and do it. If I'd have said, right, I'm going to compose today, and then I'd have had the day I've had today and arrived late today, and you guys weren't waiting for me, I would have been like, I can't bother now. I'll just do it another time. And then it never ever got done. These tracks are happening because of you. So thank you very much. Give yourselves a little round of applause. But yeah, enough, I'm rambling again. So I'm going to go. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Make sure I press save, because I have done that before where I've not saved. Well, you do kind of lead me astray, but that's the fun bit, it's the conversation. Man, cheers. That means a lot. That means a lot. Thank you very much. I'm glad. Your feedback is great. But I digress again. Basically, I'll see you guys next Monday when we start a new track. Send me some tweets at Fogheart on Twitter. Send me some tweets if you have a style you want me to try. I'm not saying that I will actually finish a track in that style. Like, if you tell me reggae, I'm going to be like, I can give you a reggae beat, but that's about it. But a type of track, or give me a title, and we'll see if we can come up with something for the title. I'm good at that. I can do that. And I'll see you all guys next week at 4:15 GMT time. And yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot for coming along, guys. Have some Inception before I go, and see you again on Monday.